U.S. government be allowed to force me to take a vaccine that may possibly kill me? This is the question I pose to you today. Since the beginning of the first Gulf War, the government has been vaccinating its service members against anthrax, a potentially deadly biological weapon used by many countries around the world. There are those in the government that say the anthrax vaccine is perfectly safe. It has been used by veterinarians, farmers, and other personnel since the early 1960s. Yet there are also those in the government that say this is causing Gulf War syndrome and several other debilitating side effects, backed up by study and research by several independent groups. Now that you know a little bit about the debate on the anthrax vaccine, let's look at the government side. Different forms of the anthrax vaccine have been used by veterinarians, farmers, and CDC workers all over the world since the 1960s without major symptoms or illnesses, according to the government. The vaccine was licensed for use in 1970 by the National Health Institute. The modern vaccine was developed and produced in the 1960s, with the first vaccine being developed by Louis Pasteur in 1881. According to the CDC, less than 1% of the nearly 2 million vaccines administered between the years 1990 and 2000 were reported to have serious side effects. The most common minor side effects are considered to be muscle aches, fatigue, headaches, joint pain, and limited mobility in about 1 or 2 days after the injection. The most serious side effects, according to the Center for Disease Control, are anaphylactic shock in less than 0.004% of all doses. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration ruled the vaccine safe in 2003. Now that we have looked at the government side of the issue, let's look at the service member side. The U.S. government began vaccinating its troops against anthrax in 1990 prior to the Gulf War. Many people believe that there is a direct link between these vaccinations and Gulf War syndrome, a very serious condition contracted by thousands of personnel returning from Iraq. In 1998, President Clinton ordered all military personnel vaccinated, despite a warning by the FDA for the manufacturer to correct serious deficiencies in its product. Congress directed the Institute of Medicine in the year 2000 to do a study, but the Pentagon failed to tell them about 20,000 members hospitalized after receiving the vaccine. The Supreme Court issued an injunction in 2003 halting the requirement for the vaccination due to concern over safety and effectiveness against certain forms of the anthrax virus. In 2004, independent research concluded a large and statistically significant increase in joint symptoms and gastrointestinal problems following vaccination with the anthrax vaccine. Since its approval by the FDA in 2005 and going through the year 2007, the FDA has received more than 5,000 adverse reports for the vaccine, with 670 being classified as serious and 44 resulting in deaths. This is a very serious concern for many U.S. military personnel. As you can see, there are many issues in this debate. It not only affects nearly 1 million U.S. military personnel, but it also affects their families and friends who have to deal with the health issues potentially caused by this vaccine. I have personal concern in this matter, being that I have been given vaccination to and received it several times over the last 12 years. Even though I have not yet had any serious side effects, this does not mean I won't have in the future because of this product. The government has its evidence that the vaccine is safe, yet there are also studies that show it may not be. So I should ask you this question one more time. Should our government be required to need to take something that may possibly kill me?